I did read that
Oh,
much.
Alrighty, everyone, welcome to tonight's coverage of the Mid South iRacing Tour season opener live at the Nashville Fairgrounds, a speedway, and their street stock division ready to go racing here tonight. Here this evening, not one man booth, not two, three people to bring you the racing action. First, I want to bring you with me, Mr. Kendall Paul. Kendall, you got me.
yeah, I got you. How's it going, Matt?
All right, man, you brought some backup in for this one. Who'd you end up bringing in?
Well, yeah, I brought the big guns out. I brought Jason out over here with me. Jason, you there?
Oh, you guys are just being modest. Big guns, you need tickets to the BB gun show, just holler at your boy.
BB Gun Show.
No, I'm excited to be here tonight, guys. Really, the street stock tour at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway of all places. I live literally 30 minutes down the road from this racetrack, guys, and it's just absolutely amazing.
All right, so we got a hometowner in here. All right, that's good because we need information. This racetrack, street stock division cars, you expect them to be on the bottom, top? Where do you think they're going to run here all night?
Matt, at the time right now, I think the bottom side is going to be the place to be. I just don't know if these street stocks have the power to make that outside lane work here tonight.
And for man, well, I'll tell you what, I'll be at the racetrack here in about a month for that triple 50 here at Nashville. So I'll get to see it in real life as well. But tonight we're in virtual Nashville Speedway, and just like that, I didn't have to drive 6 hours either to get here. So we are ready to go. But you know what we got to do before we go racing tonight, folks? We got to give a shout out to all of our partners to make this makes this happen each and every week. It's going to be graphics by Winston Deal on board here tonight, alongside, and it should be Brooks Motorsports. Thank you to those guys, both of them bringing this to you. Our little sponsorship tab empty. We'll get that filled in for the supers, a little bit different way of doing it. But qualifying ongoing right now. So we got a few minutes left, about a minute and 1 second. And look who's on top of the board. For you guys in the broadcast booth that don't know, that's Brian Hacker. And to be honest, Hacker, one of the best short track drivers I've seen on the service. So no surprise to me. He's out front here in qualifying at least. Get ready. Kendall, Jason, what's your thoughts here? Knowing we got Hacker up front, I expect him to be quick all night.
Oh yeah, I think you, like any race, you just manage your gap and everything. Don't burn up your stuff too early, and stay mistake free is really a big one, especially here at Nashville Super Speedway. I'm not sure how the street stocks handle here, but I know with some other cars, out of the corners you get real loose. But I don't see these street stocks having very much trouble tonight.
He did it, didn't he? He did it. Did you pick up on Jason what he did?
What did I do? What I miss?
Did you pick up on Kendall said he messed up? He called it the Super Speedway. Ha ha.
Oh, definitely.
God,
Not a super speedway. That's about 20 minutes down the road here, buddy. But no, definitely here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. I think Hacker's going to have to just maintain that lead. I think track position is going to be the biggest thing all night. Stand out front, trying to stay at clean air and stay out of the trouble that's going to go on in the back there in the back. Because them guys are going to be racy. I see it's going to get dicey. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some cautions here tonight.
I believe so. On the front row tonight, it's going to be Brian Hacker alongside Brandon Wilkinson. Going to start second in the 56 ride. Row number 2 here tonight. It's going to be Mark Keeteman and Jake Brooks there, of course, in the 57. Alongside Zach Collier and Michael. Going to be in row number 3. Row number 4 here tonight. Give it to Carl Prince and Mr. Caleb Ramsey. Going to start outside row number 4. Row number 5. Nashville, Tennessee native It's going to be Joseph West alongside Gus Moody right there as well. We'll see if Joseph can bring home a hometown win. Kyle and Randall Taylor right there as well. Row number 7. It's going to be Raymond Haynes and Mr. Aaron Williams there in row 7. Jordan Van Western, and then, of course, our friend over there at the Cone Car. When that we need to do that. We'll talk about that here in just a little while. Again, the Cone Car here tonight alongside Jake. And Miguel may have made a mistake. He brought in a Legends car, so that might be El Budido, maybe? And, of course, Anthony Moreau is there as well. I didn't see one thing I'm about to do for starting grid for this series. I'm about to set classes. That way we don't have the Cone Car. But, all right, guys, we're on pit road. We're getting ready to go racing. What
Well,
is
I'll just
your...
tell you right now,
Go ahead.
this whole cone car is new to me. I've never seen how this is going to operate. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm curious. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to go.
I'm in the same boat as you. I've never had it happen. So what I'm going to find out, you're going to find out, and Kendall's going to find out all at the same time.
Heck yeah.
You hear that, folks? We got some live action going on here tonight at the virtual Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Aha, he didn't say Super Speedway. See, we're going to teach you, Kendall. Wrong racetrack. So Brian Hacker out front. Again, we'll do interviews later on as well once we get this race going. Now, this thing's going to go by in a hurry. If we stay green, I say if, it's going to be a 25-minute affair here tonight. Very quick showing. Don't forget, Wednesday night, of course, with the late models, and that's the limited late models, 6:30, followed by their super late model series or premiere series, which I believe Mayo's going to come help out on that one. And then, of course, the Underdog Racing League, so Triple Threat Wednesday. Yeah, that's going to be fun. As we get ready to go. I don't know where Underdog's at this week. I want to say they're at a short track. We'll see. Here we go. Well, Kendall, Jason, are you ready? Lights are out on the pace truck.
Heck yeah, let's see some
Son,
good
I
old
was
street stock racing.
born ready for this. I am so excited to see these street stocks right here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. This is going to be an absolute barn burner, I hope.
Green flag in the air. Here we go. We are racing in Nashville. And if you notice, one car did not make the start as well. And it was actually our second place car. But right now, 2 and 3 wide in turn 1. That's back around 13. Trouble back straight away to 13 around. Here we go. Carnage ensues. Oh, we're car tipping over.
Boy, that didn't take long there, Matt.
I think we need the safety crew to turn 4.
Wow, I'll just tell you what, boys. Them guys are racing for every position on that track like there is no tomorrow. Do these guys realize this is the first lap, correct?
I mean, it's the first lap of a brand new season, and that's another thing you got to look at tonight. I think, in my opinion,
Everybody's got the preseason
Yeah.
jitters ready to get fired off. I get it. Okay.
yeah, that's what we're gonna get. He just took a lazy hard over. Now the cone car is now officially on pit road, so I think we're gonna
You
find
got
out.
a cone car.
Got a cone car sighting.
So what's his job is just to drive out there in the middle and park and let them drive around him, or how does this work? I'm confused. I'm confused
You
by
know,
these tactics.
unprofessional broadcaster over here. I have no idea. So we're about to find out.
Cone
Because-
car rolling.
Well, we got the choose car rolling. I guess that's the safe name to call it. The choose car, right? Cone car.
I wonder if you'd sponsor the cone car.
It's dubbed
That'd
the
be
cone
kinda cool.
car. Okay, so we're dubbed a cone car. If anybody would like to know, I'm going to put J-Bo's Customs on the backside of that car next week. No, just uh,
Oh man, I'll sponsor the cone car. We'll throw something on there.
definitely, most definitely.
We need to make
Even
it
if
look
it's
like wait. It could be the General Lee cone car. What are
Hey,
you talking about?
that's what I was about to say. I'm digging the orange. Maybe it should be just a simple 01 on the side. Hey,
I'll take
I'm
it.
a simple guy.
So Hacker leads right now. We'll wait for the restart.
All right, so this car's the cone car is parked at the start finish line, right smack dab in the middle of the track. This is going to be interesting, folks. He
Well-
has got a very brave job, I feel.
What happens if somebody hits the cone car? What happens then?
Penalty?
I
Maybe
mean,
penalties ensue, monetary fines. I mean, the possibilities are endless, Matt.
yeah, exactly. And Kendall, I think what we need to do, buddy, we need to get over to Lakeside and have Spittinelli bring the Lakeside RP Ambo over here just in case.
Okay, man. Wow, that was
That
rather
actually
smooth.
that worked perfectly.
That went
Right?
really
That was
well.
awesome. That was cool to watch.
I seen one little instance there where it could have got a little dicey, but hey, they navigated
Huh.
through it. Everything's all in well, and I'm assuming the cone car just comes back down pit road this time around. No harm, no foul, and well, let's go boogity boogity boogity, boys.
It was an
Exactly.
interesting choice with the 57 there.
Yeah.
He was in second place, and he decided to go to the inside. Is just shows you the inside is what's dominant. That's what the people want. The two there, though, he's going to take a little risk and start on the outside.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing of the night. And Kendall, I know you got your truck series on Fridays. You know,
Yep.
I'm not a fan of stealing ideals, but in this
Shout out
case,
to them interstellar guys.
yeah, exactly. But in this case, next season, maybe a cone truck,
Hey,
maybe.
You know,
definitely something maybe to think about.
maybe. I mean, we've been in discussion with a whole new, different things to implement into it, and we're always open to new ideas. But green flag out in the air, and the two, he's going to have a great jump. The
He
O2,
did.
sorry.
He got to fire. He got to fire it off there pretty good. He got a pretty good jump on that second place car there.
Oh,
And
you're
again,
Cole, you're right there, 2 wide, 3 wide behind. Nope, trouble back straight away. Here we go again.
Oh,
Oh boy.
already not even
Oh.
making a lap, guys. Come on, settle down.
oh,
We got a long
Oh.
night ahead of us, you guys. Oh man, another one flipping for the night. That's two cars in a row. Holy smokes.
he went for a
Well,
nice little ride.
and to be fair,
Uh,
they don't exactly have a fast repair.
no, that pretty much
So
done. That pretty much ends your night right there, guys.
that is a destroyed race car at the fairgrounds. I want to go get some sheet metal, so I'm just gonna go down there after the race. Holy cow, what a hit! Now my back hurts after that.
On my back, my neck, my arms, and I think I got a broke rib.
All
I don't think
right.
that. I think the
I,
choose
I,
cone by the end of this race is going to be on the lead lap.
I think the choose cone's going to be the winner of this race by far.
Choose cone for the win, boys. Choose cone for the win.
Choose cone
You
for
know,
the dub.
that's my pick for tonight's race is the choose cone.
I tell you what, though, O'Brien Hacker, he's got that car out there in the front, and he's managed to keep that lead the whole race. You think he can manage to hold off the rest of this field for the rest of this race?
Well, remember what I said at the beginning of the show. I've seen Brian Hacker run multiple leagues. I've seen him in short track stuff and everything else. That boy is quick no matter where he goes, what you put him in. You can put him in a
Oh.
SoBox Derby car and he's going to be fast. So I am going to call it right now. My pick for tonight is going to be your leader at the moment. Now, not saying that I'll take responsibility for any broadcaster jinx. It may or may not happen.
Hey, way to throw that clause in there, Matt. Get the good idea.
I have
You know,
history of causing that.
Hey, that ain't no joke. I am bad for the broadcasters jig. I will not mention any drivers' names from here on out because of the broadcasters jinx. Um,
you know, an interesting
all right.
choice by Brian Hacker. He went to the outside this time. He started the inside last time. I think he's thinking he might be able to get a good jump off of um,
You think maybe he felt like
27.
he had a good enough jump off the last restart that he could take him on either side, and he just felt more comfortable on the outside there, Kendall?
I mean, yeah. I mean, also, you also have you're gonna be up by the wall, so you're gonna have a nice in corner entry. So I think that's part of the reason, and I guess we'll find out if it works out for him.
Right. Well, you also got to make that call, right? At some level, you got to make that call to find out early, right? You would rather know
Right.
earlier.
Yeah, most
Boy,
definitely. You definitely want to check and find out early in the race whether you run high or run low. Which one runs better for you? Looks like the top side's going to take off better for him this time. I don't know if the 27 had a bad restart or what, but man, almighty alive, he just took off like it was nobody's business.
Oh,
again,
caught in the wall towards the back, but he keeps going.
I'm not surprised. You know that leader usually is going to get the restart in the jump, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. He has control of the race, and I mean, it's hard starting right beside the leader because you got to look to your side, and you also got to look in front of you as well. So it is really hard to not be the leader and start in the front row.
It is hard to start on the front row and not be the leader, but I'm just going to tell you what. I think he might have been sleeping a little bit because not only did that first place car take off out of there and get to run on him, but that's the car right behind him took off with him too. And not only did they take off, but they put a gap on that car there.
Yeah,
Yeah, even the 14 starting in the outside line, he's already passed him as well. So maybe not such a great start for the 27 earlier on, but still got a lot of time to repair that mistake and try to get this car back in contention to win.
yeah. Now, I guess my thing here would be we know all of these races this season, street stock is going to be relatively short, 75 laps, all but just a few. Does that play a hand to a quick race car like Brian? Because you're not going to have to worry about this. We got to battle deep in the pack for 8th, 9th, and 10th. But you're not going to have to worry about burning the tires up as much because it's a short run, right? It's 75 lap run tonight.
It's a short run at 75 laps, but at the pace they're running right now, Matt, I'm just wondering if Brian Hacker's going to run into some lap traffic that might hinder him up and allow that second place car to catch up to him and maybe even put the pass on him.
Well, I will say this, it's already starting to happen. Because right now, last time by Hacker went a 22.55 to a 22.346 that time, so he's a little bit quicker. But Martin right there on him. I wouldn't count him out yet. Holger, another one I wouldn't count out. There's some boys up here I think can get it done.
And kind of go back to your point of lap traffic. I think really it's a different race once you get into lap traffic because you're trying to manage the guy behind you, trying to keep the guy behind you. You're also trying to pass lap traffic to get away from that driver. So it's a whole different race once lap traffic does get involved. Right now he just has clean air, so
Right.
it's pretty easy for him right now. But if we get lap traffic here pretty soon, it's going to be a little bit tougher for him.
What decisions do you make if you're out front, right? If you are a Brian Hacker or a Keedman and you come into lap traffic, how important is lane selection? Because I don't think you can get to the bottom with everybody being down there.
I tell you what, right now, Matt, I think lane selection is the most vital piece of the key here, and it all depends on the lap traffic. You know, how hard are they going to fight to stay on the lead lap? You know, are they just going to move up, give you the preferred line? Are they not? Are they going to fight for it? I mean, that's all on how hard that driver wants to stay on the lead lap.
Now, again, of course, the haulers down there behind the racetrack right now. Of course, for Wednesday night, this is not the only Nashville race this week. All 3 series here at Nashville, and right now, Jake Rount there, Carl Prince there alongside. They'll be side by side down the back straightaway, headed for 3 and 4. RKM setups on the side of the 49. Carl right there as well. Great run, and right now 2 by 2 at the start finish line, all behind Brian Hacker. Now, again, as we look forward, we've already had 2 incidents here tonight. I'm not going to jinx anything. But if the yellow comes out, I don't know what my decisions would be there.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a tough one. Also, lane selection, and that's a whole different ball game as lap traffic is starting to come into play. They are starting to catch up to the driver of the 4 machine. And the whole rest of the back half of the pack, Brian Hacker, slowly catching up to him. But it's going to be a whole different ball game once caution comes out. Because I mean, right now he's maybe battling one car, but once you bring the caution out, you're battling the whole field once again.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the caution comes out, boys. Does any of these guys come in and take a fresh set of them Goodyear rubbers or no?
Well, that's going to be the main majority question. I don't even think they can. I mean, it's a street stock race. I'm assuming you can't. Assumptions make, buttholes out of you and me. But, trouble back straight away. Hello.
Looks like we're going to find out sooner than later.
No, but he held on to it. Man, that was a wilder than a feral cat back there.
Oh, man, he's able to hold on to it. Still no caution on the raceway here. We're still green flag, folks.
And that lap car was the 12 car, mistaken him for the 4, but Brian Hacker gets around the 12 car just fine. It looks like the 12 car is just going to go up high, let everybody by.
X car to go a lap down would be the 4. Now, he does have a pretty good gap that he would have to make up if you're Brian Hacker to get to him. That probably won't happen till way later on in the run. Almost, it's a speed difference between the two. Looking at now, it's 3/10 of a second a lap. He's only 5 seconds back right now. He's got about another 15 seconds before Brian would get there. I mean, if the trend continues, he could get there, but it's going to be late in the going before Brian would kind of get to that lap traffic. Right now, the 8, the 57 in the line. So, boys, we've calmed down here at the fairgrounds for now. But I think
we've calmed down, Matt. But I mean, to put into perspective, Brian Hacker's last lap was 20 seconds, 20.529 seconds to get around this track. This boy is moving.
out there, I think I was in the 29s earlier today in my testing here. Oh, Carney outside wall, turn 1 pretty hard. It's the 12. He'll keep rolling. That car bent up though. Well, he's going to try to negotiate out of the way here. And again, with the new damage model, you break that steering, it becomes very, very difficult to get out of the way.
Oh yeah, for sure, and I mean that's why we're seeing. I think being a little bit slower, he gets a lot of heavy front end damage, and I'm sure he has steering damage on that vehicle. But I'm also watching the gap between Brian Hacker and Mark Keenman. It's starting to cut down here as we'll come back across the timing scoring line, and he's cut down another couple hundredths off of it. Last lap was actually 2/10 was cut off. So maybe trying to find some extra speed, trying to catch back up to the 0-2 before it's too late.
Everybody's wondering, you think maybe Brian Hacker's to burn up all of his tires, maybe used up everything he's got trying to maintain that lead, and allowed Mark Keatman to come up there and steal it out the end?
I mean, I don't know that Keatman, though, is saving much more than Hacker because he's right there lap time wise. So they're about the same. Now, it's just going to come down to who can manage that, right? As you see the battle behind them between Caleb and Kyle. Right there, Carl, right there as well. Jake Brooks going to get clear. Brooks nearly gets turned into 1. Kyle was underneath, and I don't think Jake necessarily realized he was there. Oh my gosh.
They're racing hot and heavy back there for 3rd, 4th position there. 4th or 5th position, I believe it is, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Man.
they're all over one another right here. Can't get no tighter than that, man.
It's a 3-way battle, and they're all within almost a 1/10 of a second of each other. Pretty interesting if they do. If the 8's just trying to wait for Brooks to make a mistake, capitalize on it, or if he's actively trying to get around him, or what's his game plan right now.
I'll tell you what, the number 8 of Kyle Turksack, he needs to make something happen here because that number 13, Caleb Ramsey's looking to him like he's getting ready to eat him alive. So if he's going to make a move on the number 57 of Jacob Brooks, he needs to do it now.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing right now. He just got to the inside of the 57. He's trying to get around him now, but again, you don't got that whole line to work with to bring off from the bottom side of the track. But the 8 of Kyle and 57 of Jake, so they're battling it out right now, trying to kind of sort out who's going to get that 5th spot.
It seems like that outside line's pulling up a little bit of speed. Seems like they're able to maintain the speed all the way around.
And a little bit of contact between the 57 and the 8. 13 almost looked like he was going to try to make it 3 wide. But I think it's one of those deals. The 8 doesn't have that part of the track the 57 has, because if you look at everybody else's line, they go all the way up to the outside wall to keep their momentum coming, and I think the 8 might clear the 57 this time by.
Well, I tell you what, there's 2 guys in this race that's looking forward to these 3 guys racing the hell out of each other right here, and that is the number 49 of Jake Grout.
Oh, trouble!
14.
Oh, and he goes around.
And there is the caution.
Zach Coyer going to be around.
Oh, hard hit too.
Yes, sir. You know what I just realized? I desperately got to make this for this week. I need a cone car animation screen.
I tell you what, this is my first time ever seeing a cone car option in one of these races, and I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, I don't know that I'm totally. I don't know. I think I am totally for it.
Oh, I love it. I so far what I've seen, I love it. And I mean, and they've got it to where it's running smoothly too, and the drivers understand what they got to do to it. I mean, I've seen other leagues try choose lanes area and really doesn't get it to work. But this league found out a way to work it, and I think it's just with that choose car, and I think it's an awesome concept.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to really implement the choose cone if there's not really a cone out there that you can penalize them running over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And with that legend cone car being right there smack dab in the middle of the track, it's either hit it or you don't. It's pretty blatant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Exactly.
there's no much fighting about that if you hit it or not. If you got damage on the car, you obviously hit it.
Please, what do you say we talk to Mark Keatman right quick?
Let's hear from him.
Hey, Mark, Matt up here with Jason and Kendall in the booth. You got me real quick, sir?
What's that?
Hey, man, what do you got to do? You're sitting second on track now. I know you're getting ready to do the choose cone. What are you going to have to do here to get by Brian Hacker?
Well, I was starting to turn the pace up a little bit. I was running him down. I was really hoping not to see that caution. 'Cause, I think if it would have went green, we would have been really close there coming to the finish with Brian. But I think I saved my stuff a little bit more than he did. So we're gonna find out in these next 30 laps and see what she's got.
All righty, man. Well, best of luck to you, Mark.
Thank you, sir.
All right, cone car ready to come out on the racetrack.
And this decision may be even a race-changing decision for these drivers because, I mean, if you get stuck on the outside line, can't get down to the bottom, it could
What
be.
what if you choose the bottom and it don't go nowhere and the top side
That,
rolls around you?
that's true. It's a hard decision, and really, I don't think most of these drivers even have
Oh,
spotters. So
Hacker! Look at this. Hacker and Mark went to the top. That's going to let Kyle take the bottom.
Oh,
Wow.
what a shakeup! What a shakeup here tonight.
Who says cone car can't change outcomes? There is a good example. I did not see both those guys going to the top.
I
yeah, I
did not
figured
neither there, Matt. I just wow, that's
maybe
mind-boggling right there.
maybe figure the two would go down the bottom and shake things up and be right there at the bottom to try to get around him. But it's going to be an interesting decision to see how it all shakes out. But I
Maybe
mean,
maybe the two feels like the outside's going to take off rolling, and he's going to be able to drop down in front of the 8 either way and pull that old switcheroo on him. Who knows? We're about to find out. We got one more lap here to green. We'll find out soon.
We'll give them one to green. We're got 46 already in the books here tonight, boys.
46 laps. Holy simoleons! It don't feel like it's been that many laps already. Feels like this race has just begun. And guess what, fellas? We're about to go green flag racing here once again at the virtual Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
fairgrounds.
No, James, we did not. I had a little bit of an issue happen, but no, I did not. They did not have the night off last night. All right, here we go. Coming to green. It's going to be 47 on the board. We're green and rolling again.
I don't think that two car. I don't think he's going to get clear of the 8 that time by, but off the corner exit he might, and it looks like he's going to be clear, and he's going to hit the wall a little bit as well.
He's trying to
Got
get
a
to the
wall
bottom.
scrapage.
Oh,
Oh, got a little contact to the rear there, maybe.
Maybe trying to do the bump and run.
I mean,
I don't know if he got enough to get a bump and run, but by George, he let him know he was there.
he sent it a mile in there trying to get their 48 on the board. The sands of time running out at Nashville.
Says time is running out indeed, but the number 8 car is definitely putting a bumper to the number 2 there. He's saying, "I want your spot. I'll move over."
Well, I mean, you're coming up to 25 to go. It's getting to be that point in the race where it's go or forget about it.
Yes, sir. It's that time where if you're going to make your way to the front, by George, you better start making it now because you ain't going to get an opportunity because these folks are absolutely smoking around this track here tonight.
Down of 75. Contact up front again. The 8 that time in the back of Mark. Hello, I'm here. And now Kendall, my thought to you would be, what about Jake Brooks back here in fourth? He could save a little bit, top three pulling away, but as hard as they're fighting, does that give him an opportunity late?
I mean, they get into each other. Bumper on goes wrong. I mean, he's put his himself in a position where he can capitalize on mistakes. I think that's a big major thing to think of. If you can't catch them, manage your stuff up, keep a little bit of distance just in case they do wreck. But also, you got to think about the guys behind you. I mean, he's created a nice little gap in behind him. But yeah, I think he's in a good spot. Just in case those drivers do make a mistake and bumper on goes wrong or something else does go wrong.
I'll tell you right now, Matt, I think my choice is the number 8 car. He's got himself right there, Turkzak. He's got himself in a very particular position right there. He's waiting on the number 2s there to take themselves out right there. And he's in a prime position for the win. He's just waiting on the laps to tick down and wait on that right time to strike.
That right time is quickly closing in, and here comes a move for the race lead. Mark so long, side back straight away. Wow.
He's going to have the momentum off the corner to keep the lead, though. We'll have to see. Looks like that time by he does, and he's going to clear him once again and get right back down to the bottom.
And that is the thing. Hacker does such a good job of cutting that lane off.
Keepman's giving him everything he's got trying to get off in there. Hacker's just a phenomenal around these turns here tonight. I just don't know if any of these guys are going to have anything for him.
He's been
I agree. Go ahead.
He's been mistake-free all night long, even with the pressure behind him. It's a really disciplined driver, and it's going to pay off here. It looks like here in about 15 or so laps.
There's plenty to go right now at the fairgrounds here tonight. Opening round for the Mid-South iRacing Tour Street Stock Division. And everything calm. Next race at the track will be Wednesday, 6:30 or 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Late models going 50 laps around the 5/8. I think it's going to be the 5/8 mile here at Nashville.
Whew, man, I might have to see about trying to get set up for that. I'd love to run a late model around this race, show these boys how it's done.
And 4, man, and contact. Here we go. 3 wide. Look out. Almost 3 wide. I thought they were going to get there. That's the battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th, all over one another with 17 to go.
Man, what a cluster we have going here. These boys are racing it out. They're fighting for every position they can get on this track right now. The number 49 car is just going to try to slide it up there in front of the 27. Hey, we got the win on the back, on the front stretch.
And that.
Oh, they're going to save it. Looks like we're going to keep green. Wow, holy smolies.
Nice save.
Fellas, I don't know how we didn't go yellow there. That's just mind-boggling.
They held on to it. I don't know how.
These guys are absolutely driving the wheels off of them here tonight, folks.
It's almost like the 27 corrected the 49 to keep them going straight, keep it going green. So be interesting how that affects those cars and affects their steering and their power inputs. But it looks like Battle for the Lead's heating up even a little bit more now. As they're bumper to bumper.
Battle for the lead. Brian Hacker, his lead has dropped down to just mere fractions of a second here, folks. Wow.
This is going to be tight. 14 to go. As we say, the sands of time quickly running low here
Has
tonight.
Hacker burn up his stuff trying to hold him off or not?
Can he get around? Right. But can he get around Hacker?
Has he been saving anything in the tank to hold the Hacker off? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I know we got ourselves one heck of a battle for the lead here, folks.
He kind of leaves the bottom open just a little bit. I mean, I can see the two trying to get down below him and trying to run a little bit harder on the exit to dip him and fill that gap on the bottom side. But it looks like Hacker's now starting to try to close that lane off from him, so I think he's going to have to maybe put the bumper to him and scoot him up the track a little bit.
Kind of looks like Hacker may have finally seen him in the mirror and said, "Oh Lord, I got to step on that go pedal."
Got to step on the loud pedal and get that lane closed down. You see the two now. Going to go all the way down the low side, get to his inside, and
Oh no, he's looking to the inside. Not quite going to have it down the front stretch going into turn one. Well, they fired him in there pretty hot that round.
10 to go
Holy
down the
cow.
back.
10 laps to go down the backstretch, folks. Wow. These guys are absolutely giving it everything they got.
Is there anything left in the tank? Do you have to use the bumper if you're the two?
It's not a matter of fact of do you need to use it, it's when you need to use it.
There you go. I don't think if he don't, I just don't see him getting under the. Well, maybe
And
here.
look, got the bumper a little bit.
He got a little peak there. Is he going to be able to hold on? I don't think he's going to hold it off in turn one. He said it a little hot in turn one. Got him a little high in the upside. I don't know. He ain't going to be able to do it down the backstretch. Maybe he might get a momentum. I just don't see it coming. I mean, he really needs Hacker to make a mistake, or I mean, he just get a really nice run and get to the inside.
I mean, I'm just saying with the racing out front we're seeing right now, if I'm in that cone car, I'm making sure I got gas. Because I don't think we're done.
Definitely want to make sure I got fuel in the tank, because I'm looking back towards the third place car, and I don't see any. I mean, he's way back there, seconds behind.
13 and 4, side by side deep in the back as well. But right now, Hacker coming to 5 to go. He is led from the drop of the green flag, but he has a handful with Mark Keatman right there on the back bumper.
Keatman looking to the inside coming into turn one. I just don't know if he's going to have enough to do it.
You're going to have to use the bumper somewhere in the next 5 laps and run away from him, because if he uses the bumper, that's going to give Hacker, hey, you use the bumper on me, I'm going to use the bumper on you, and I think he's just trying to time it just right where it is the last 2 laps so he can't get back to his back bumper and get the lead back, because sometimes you're just a sitting duck as a leader. It'll be interesting to find out and see. Here, that's where he come, 3 to go?
Coming to 3 to go this time.
Coming to 3 to go. And Brian Hager has still managed to hold off the lead here. Is he going to be able to do it for 3 more laps, folks? It is tight.
Well, he's going to have to change it up. I don't think he can leave any room on the bottom. And look right in front of him, boys. That's lap traffic. Coming to 2 to go. Will they catch that lap traffic in the next 2 laps? 2 laps to go for your race leader. Oh, man.
Oh, man. This race is tight for the lead. I mean, they're bumper to bumper. I think he's close enough to give him that old bump and run into turn 3. Come here to the last laps.
Coming to 1 to go out of turn number 4. White flag waves. Lap traffic right in front of him.
White flag in the air. Brian Hager trying to hold off the number 2, Mr. Keener there.
Oh, 3 wide here.
Oh, man. Folks, there's 3 cars wide coming out of turn number 2. Going into 3.
Keep it to the back
bumper. He tried to give him a bumper run, just didn't have enough.
Hacker hangs on.
Smokes, Mr. Brian Hacker going to make it to the victory.
What a race.
Holy smokes.
That was awesome.
Great job, Brian Hacker.
What an absolute barn burner. Holy smokes. Hacker going to fight him off there at the end and hold him off like it was nobody else's business.
One more look at that final lap as they came down to it. Through lap traffic down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I got to see it. I got to see another replay of this, Matt. That just absolutely, holy smokes.
I am just in shock right now, boys and girls.
Insane. Bumper to bumper going into turn 3, turn 4. Well, turn 1 and 2. Am I backwards? Yeah, turn 2. Coming out of turn 2, 3 wide. Holy smokes.
I really think if the 2 hadn't got 3 when he made that left rear quarter panel contact, he'd have had a shot, but he got 3.
Brian, I tell you what, Mr. Hacker, if he would have been just a tad bit slower, then that second place car would have caught him in the bumper. I think he would have been sitting up in the outside wall and not talking to us right now.
How about that here for a season opener for the Street Stock Division? You can't ask for anything better. Brian Hacker, flag to flag, but he had his hands full. Wait, let's talk to Brian Hacker in just a moment Hey, Brian Hacker, Matt down here with Mr. Kendall and Mr. Jason in the broadcast booth. Man, I've watched you race before. We've seen you be dominant. But, man, this time Keatman was all over you there that final lap.
Yeah, he was faster than me. I think he saved his stuff a little bit better on that long run. I could see it. He was closing the gap slightly before that last yellow came out, so I knew he had better tires than me. But it's hard to pass here if you can't get the preferred line. So I was watching where he was running and trying to take his runs away from him, which we were able to do for the most part. And then that last lap, it just got hairy with the lap cars, but. He could have dumped me, and he didn't. So kudos to him. That was a hell of a race. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, that was one heck of a race there, Jason. And we watched that from the booth. You got anything for Brian?
Holy smokes, Brian. You put on an absolute clinic here tonight. Led every lap of the race and still fought off Mr. Kidder there at the end. I just absolutely, I live 30 minutes from the track, and you're an absolute beast at this track. Have you raced here before?
On the sim, yeah. No, I've never been here in real life. I'd like to get down for a race, but no, I enjoy this track. It's a lot of fun. Well, I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, and I've kind of figured out the lines here. And once you do, I mean, you can side by side race here better than most tracks, so that puts on a good show. And tonight, I don't think it disappointed.
Well, Brian, I think you could have fooled me. I would have thought you was a local and raced here week in and week out. You put on an absolute clinic here tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Brian Hacker getting it done. Storm, you got anything for him?
Yeah, what was kind of going through your mind coming to the white, knowing that you have lap cars? Kind of walk us through what you were thinking when you're coming up to lap cars with second place right behind you.
Yeah, going into one, I had been looking in the mirror just to see where he was getting his runs, and going into one, I couldn't do that. I had to see what these lappers were doing. The 9, I think it was a 9 car. He kind of darted out of the way, so kudos to him. And then the white and black car there, he held his line, but it was kind of right where I wanted to be, so I knew I had to come off a turn 2 a little lower than normal, and I knew that's where Mark was getting his runs.
Sure.
So yeah, it was a little hairy. I think we made a little contact, and it killed Mark's momentum, and we were able to kind of get through 3 and 4 no problem and bring it home. But it was not easy. He made me earn it.
Well,
Yes,
congratulations
sir.
on the win tonight.
Appreciate
Congrats,
it.
Brian, man. All right, we'll see you soon. You racing in the late model division come Wednesday?
I will be in the super lates. I doubt I can make it early enough to run the late model stocks, but you'll see me in the supers.
And for man, we're looking forward to seeing you supers as they go. I think y'all are going 100 laps here. So best of luck there.
Thanks, man. Looking forward to it.
Have a good one. All right, let's talk to number 2 here, P2 tonight. Mark Keatman. Matt, you in the booth? You get a comment.
10-4.
Well, man, you swung everything at him but the kitchen sink and maybe even that.
Oh yeah, we definitely tried. I honestly think I was faster than him, but it's just so hard to pass. He wasn't going to give up the top and lose so much momentum on the bottom that's almost impossible. And I'm not just going to go drive through him to get around him, So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm happy with second. That's probably one of the most fun street stock races I've ever been part of.
Well, I tell you what, it got hairy down the back straightaway with lap traffic. I know all 3 of us in the booth were hollering and screaming and going on because I didn't know how that was going to turn out. You made a little left rear quarter panel contact, slowed your momentum just enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, I definitely had the run on him coming off of 2 there, and I know he had to move down to get around the lap car. So, I mean, it is what it is. I tried to give him a little shot down off into 3, but it wasn't enough. So, congrats to Brian on that. He ran a hell of a race.
Sure. All righty, Mr. Jason. You got anything for Mr. Mark here? Don't think Jason's there. Mr. Storm, you got anything for him?
Well, yeah, congratulations on the second place. It was most exciting street stock race I've ever seen. I mean, is there anything else you could have done in that situation or 2 laps ago, or is you?
I mean, I could have I could have drove it down in there and just booted him up out of the way, but I wanted to actually race him for it. So
I tell you what, I was impressed to see you actually patiently wait to race him like a real gentleman. I was actually anticipating him to get the boot there at the end. You really impressed me. Congratulations on a second place win. I know it's not the first, but I'd rather take a second place clean finish than booting somebody out of the way for a first.
yeah, like I said, I mean, it was close. I definitely think I was a little faster than him, but I mean, come up a little short. It's part of racing.
Yeah, I
Sir.
feel like if you had a couple more laps, you would have had him covered there.
Yeah, I was really hoping that we weren't going to catch the traffic, but we were catching them too fast, and I had to try something, and that's why I backed up one to get that big run off of two, but it didn't time out like I wanted it to. So
What a battle. That was fun to watch, buddy. I appreciate each and every bit of it, man.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys.
All right, there we go. Mr. Mark coming in a second. Let's talk to Kyle. Kyle, man, Matt, Mr. Kendall, and Mr. Jason in the booth. You got us.
Yep, 10-4.
Well, P3, you had a perfect side of the leaders there. Was you hoping they'd gathered up, bang it up, and end up in the fence?
I don't know. We had a pretty solid race. I was battling with Jake a lot there, and I got caught up in some traffic. I had zero practice, came into qualifying, not expecting anything, trying to go down on steering ratio, trying to all this, brake bias, and all this. And in the race, I just slapped some things together, 1/8 steering box, and went out there. And we actually had a really good car at the beginning. Passed some cars, and then on like lap 26, we got up to the leaders or the front pack, and I was after that late caution came out, I was just on dig mode right there, and I definitely had something for the leaders, but I knew it's so hard to pass here. I just knew that I'm just gonna kill my stuff and maybe even slam the wall because these things are just dump trucks. But overall day pretty good. No practice especially, so I take the third.
There we go, man. What a night. A
Yeah.
night.
Yes. Yes, it was. It was a crazy night. I just want to thank you guys for broadcasting and Jake for hosting and being back here with the late models on Wednesday. So that should be pretty fun.
Yeah, late models kicking off for yet another go there as well with supers. Well, Kendall, you got anything for him?
We saw you go to the inside on that restart. What kind of went through that decision of going to the inside rather than following the leaders going to the outside?
Well, they did that the one restart, and I wasn't really paying attention, so I went to the outside also. But I think I went to the inside because that was my only shot to get around there. And in the one, I tried to send the car as hard as possible, not to make any contact. I tried to keep it clean in the one, and I tried it, and it didn't work. But hey, you gotta try it, or nothing's gonna work. So, I just had to try it, and of course it didn't work out, but. You never know, it might work out in the future.
Hey, we tried something. Congratulations on the third place finish.
Yeah, thank you.
I hear you. You gotta live or die trying. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, allowed to die.
Give it all you got, and if it don't work, then so be it. But at least you gave it everything you had to try.
Yes, I did.
All
Well,
right.
congratulations on bringing in a third place finish here tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Kyle, good job. We got one more interview I'm going to do tonight. One more interesting one. Cone Car, you got a copy on us.
Mr. Cone
Yes,
Car.
I do.
You were like the star of the show, my friend.
The absolute North Star of the show.
Well,
Shining the
nobody hit
brightest.
me, so I couldn't enjoy myself by sending people to the rear for hitting me. No, it was
Awesome.
there were some decisions that I was questioning during the race, and I was the only admin, so I'd have to fly back up through the field just to get into the pits to watch the race again. It was pretty fun.
So, how much practice laps did you get in the Westminster car tonight?
Uh, to turn 3. That's about it.
So
I
the
don't think I
car
ever.
got 3/4 of a lap, maybe.
Yeah, I never got a lap other than during the race. I got a couple laps during the race. I
Awesome.
never got a practice lap. No, Mark was aiming for me every time I went out onto the track.
I mean, we got some friends over there at Lakeside Roleplay. I think we can get you a light bar for the top of the Legends car. I think we can do something like that.
Definitely get you maybe a strobe or two.
That would be yeah. Let's hit up Wayland Engineering and see if they could hook us up with something. You know what I
And
mean?
wouldn't that be nice? Get some Wayland Engineering sponsorship in here.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be a dream come true.
Well,
It's,
Wayland, if
it's
you're
see,
listening,
yes,
give
help
us a
the
give us
man
a
out.
like, give us a holler, give us a follow. One of us, somebody's email is linked to this shit. Get in
Exactly.
touch with us.
Somebody
So we'll-
reach out to iRacing and tell them we need the ability to put a light bar on a Legends car.
Yeah.
Specific person.
we need a
Yeah,
Legend Bar light
Let's start
bar.
a petition.
I'll send a tweet out to Dale Jr. and see if he could get that thrown in there.
Or better
Yeah,
yet, we get a hold of the SRX guys and get their pace car because that thing looks sick as can be.
Hey, how long is it gonna be
Right.
before we get an SRX car on iRacing? Is what I want to know. I'm just
Ooh.
curious. Just throwing that out there. Something to think about.
It'd be really cool. But I don't know what
iRacing,
their
if you're
contract with
listening.
NASCAR.
iRacing, if you're listening. Putting bugs out there. Well, fellas, absolute barn burner here tonight at the Virtual Eden NASCAR Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. I had to make sure I pronounced that right. No super speedway in there, Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall.
I'm just ahead of myself.
You know you
Get ready
wasn't
for the
gonna live
truck
that
race.
down. You know you wasn't gonna live that down.
Nope.
All right, Cone Car, we're gonna let you go.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Holy moly, what a night. Well, that's
Wow.
it for those street stocks. Got a doubleheader
What,
coming up Wednesday of this week as well. So
what an absolute race here tonight, man. I'm just absolutely thrilled for y'all to have me here tonight. I'm just
Oh yes.
absolutely ecstatic. I'm glad I was able to be here. What an absolute race to watch. Tickled to death. Hope I get an invite back.
we'll do again. Late models kicking it off this time on Wednesday, followed by supers. Late models, I should be your producer for, and I think Chris Mayo will be your producer for the super show. And then, of course, I'll be here commentating. I'm sure Kendall will be here. I'm about
heck
sure
yeah.
after tonight, I'm about sure Jason will find a way to get in the booth if he has
Hey,
to
if
break the
there's
door
if there's a
down.
way to get in the booth, I'm gonna find it. Don't you worry, folks. I will be back. And if you don't hear from me back, make sure you comment in these views that you're watching. Make sure you comment in the comments below. We want J-Bo back. We want J-Bo back.
Exactly. Well, you see, it doesn't matter if I lock the door. You're just going to break it. All
I
right.
will be back, folks.
All right. For Matt with Extreme Sim TV, Kendall with Extreme Sim TV yet again, Mr. Kendall Paul, Mr. Jason Sutherland, we've had a great night. We hope you enjoyed the season opener. What a night it was. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll do it all again come Wednesday for some more short track action. Again, tomorrow night coming up. Dirt track action hitting away tomorrow evening. Another fast one with some dirt track action tomorrow night. Sprint cars, to be a matter of fact. Gonna go racing tomorrow evening to start their thing off. Again, some more dirt tracks. Of course, coming up Tuesday, we got the Super Speedway Series. Chris Mayo, your lead producer and commentator of that one, coming up on Tuesday, and then we'll be right back here Wednesday night with the Underdog Racing League alongside Mid-South Racing Tour and their two feature events. Come check out all of the action this week. And of course, Interstellar coming back this Friday. Don't want to leave them out. And they might smack me.
Kansas Speedway. It's gonna be a
Yay.
fun one.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys Wednesday evening. Thank you for coming out. And until next one, have a great night, everybody.
See you, folks.
Good night.